So now we were talking about that degeneration. All of us undergo degeneration of spine, irrespective of caste, creed, geography. And the degeneration is in 3 stages. So you have 3 stages: the stage of dysfunction, the stage of instability, and the stage of stabilization. These are the 3 stages of degeneration of spine in all of us. Please understand this, irrespective of symptoms. There are people who will die at 80 and never would have developed any backache, but their spine would have gone through degeneration. Remember this very clearly. Some degenerate faster, some degenerate slower, some degenerate with symptoms, some degenerate without symptoms. Alright? But degenerate all. So, the stage 1 is the stage of dysfunction. In this stage, it is the age group from 15 years, 15 to 45. So don't say that मेरे को 16 year का disc prolapse आया, आजकल के बच्चे में ऐसा भी होने लगा. It's okay, it can happen. Okay? Lot of माँ बाप से कि अरे इतनी उसकी उम्र किधर है, फिर भी उसको डिस्क हो गया. तो discs can happen to anyone. Alright? Yes, I have seen and treated patients who are 15, 18-year-olds also with disc prolapses. And that stage can go up to 45 years of age. So you have to understand this, that the entire spine, you have the C1 till S1. Alright? So that whole thing, C1 to S1, all the segments undergo degeneration. So the degenerative changes can take place in different segments at different rates and maybe in different stages. So you may have a L5S1 in stage 2, whereas a L1-2 in stage 1, or say a mid-dorsal in stage 1 and say a C6-7 in stage 2. So you can have different stages in different segments at different pace. So you can't say कि अरे इधर तो stage 3 था तो इधर क्यों stage 1 है? It can happen. So that variation is always there pathoanatomically. So what do you find in the disc? You find radial and circumferential tears, disc dysfunction, disc herniation or disc prolapse. Anatomically, you know there is an annulus fibrosis, okay, which is the containment ring, and you have a nucleus pulposus, which is the gel-like thing. So the annulus undergoes radial tears or circumferential tears microscopically, and the nucleus pulposus is still gel-like and shock absorbent. During a mechanically wrong movement, because there is a pre-existing radial tear or a circumferential tear, that nucleus pulposus can travel through that rent within the annulus. And because there is a sinovertebral nerve which comes from the dorsal ganglion, which supplies the posterior longitudinal ligament. So this movement within, so you don't, slip disc is a wrong terminology, nothing slips, it swells, it herniates, it tears. So when this takes place, mechanically there is a tear, but that induces a chemical reaction locally, and those chemical mediators can irritate the sinovertebral nerve, which is what gives pain. And because the sinovertebral nerve comes from the dorsal ganglia, the paraspinal muscles are also supplied by that dorsal root. So they undergo muscle spasms. You see this, how beautiful pathoanatomy. So when we are treating, we need to take care of this inflammatory phase through medicines and through mechanical rest. Once this guy settles, then you exercise to make this more stable. This is degenerated, so it's not going to be ever the same. this annulus will never ever be the same. It will be by fibrosis, but at least let it heal by fibrosis. Otherwise, if there is a rent remaining here, this nucleus will always in a wrong angle come back there and give the symptoms. Understood? What this does to the facet joint? The facet joint also undergoes a dysfunction and will cause you local symptoms, meaning that facet, say the L5-S1 one-sided facet has undergone a little bit of swelling. So you may find a very localized pain there with localized tenderness, with pain on extension or on lateral glide. Understand? So you let that synovitis or effusion settle down.